everyone, I'm KKantas from Author Assist. You are watching Storytime with the Brain to Book Cyber Convention and Book Expo 2017. I'm reading a small excerpt from the book Child of the Night Guild. It's by Andy Peloquin and it's from the series Queen of Thieves. This is book 1. 12 hurried towards the table, his face burning, a storm brewing behind his eyes. His path led him straight at 7. She hustled out of the bigger boy's way. Better avoid him when he's like this. No telling what he'll do. 2, however, ignored 12. He remained seated, content to munch on the food spread out before him. 12 snarled, "Move!" A memory filtered through 7's head. A man sat at a large table, growling at her to work. She couldn't remember the face, but she would never forget the anger. 2 didn't move. He reached for an apple, turned to face 12, and took a noisy bite from the fruit. He leaned back against the table, arms folded across his chest. 12's face burned, and his fist clenched at his side. "Get out of my way, 2! "No!" 2 returned the angry glare. "You're just like one of us. You don't give commands here." 12 swung a blow aimed at 2's jaws, but the taller boy blocked the punch and slammed the apple into 12's mouth. Blood mixed with crushed apple pulp, and 12 fell back. "Go away, 12! 2 crossed his arms again. "Leave us!" With a roar, 12 launched himself at 2's midsection. The taller boy twisted aside, but 12's heavy arms wrapped around his waist. Snarling, 12 heaved 2 from the feet and slammed him into the table. The impact knocked the breath from 2's lungs, and his head struck a cup. He lay there dazed as 12 leapt on the table. The big boy's boot slammed into 2's ribs. 7 winced at the crack. 12 dropped upon 2, his elbow ploughing into the boy's face. Blood splurted from 2's nose and lip. He tried to protect his face as 12 rained down blow after blow. The heavier boy's face twisted in a snarl of insane rage. His lips curled back and spittle flew out his mouth. "Enough!" Master Velvet seized 12 by the scuff of his collar and yanked the boy off. He threw the heavy tyro to the floor, knelt on his chest and slapped him hard. "I told you I will not abide any sort of fighting." 12 had lost his mind. His eyes were glazed and focused, his face red, and his fist striking at Master Velvet. Master Velvet slapped 12 hard again. Twice, 3 times, the blows cracked across his cheek and rocked the big boy's head. "Lie still, boy, or by the watcher, I'll beat you so bad that the Long Keeper himself won't be able to tell you from a pile of shite." Master Velvet's words penetrated the boy's anger-fueled daze. 12's fist stopped pumping in the air, and his arms dropped. He laid on his back, gasping for air, his teeth still bared in a snarl. Master Velvet looked over at 2. "You'll live." 2 wheezed, coughed blood, and mumbled something incoherent. "Good. 3, 4, 11, get him back in his bunk. I'll be in shortly with something for the injuries." The 3 named tyros hurried to help the taller boy, and together they stumbled from the room. "Now what to do with you, 12? Master Velvet looked down at the boy beneath him. "It seems my first lesson didn't penetrate your thick skull. Perhaps this will help you remember." Seizing the cosh, he laid into the boy, striking the tyro's arms, shoulders, chest, legs, head. 12 cried out and tried to protect himself. "You're a vicious cunt, lad, and there'll be a time and place for that." Master Velvet slammed his fist into the boy's gut, doubling him over. He kicked the back of 12's knees, making him fall to the floor, weeping and curling into a ball. He knelt beside the boy, bent low, and whispered something in his ear. "Yes, Master Velvet," 12 sobbed. "I will not be repeating myself, Tyro, unless you want to find out what happens to those who disobey me. This is the end of it." Master Velvet stood, and 7 averted her eyes. She pushed away her bowl of gruel. Her appetite had fled. Look at him, Tyros, look at him well. 7 obeyed, her stomach in knots. Master Velvet stabbed a warning finger at the sobbing figure huddled at the floor. Let this be a lesson. No fighting among each other, and if I am forced to say this again, I will not stop at just a beating. Do you understand? Yes, Master Velvet. Good, now off with you. A look in Master Velvet's eye promised 12's suffering had just begun. 7 hurried from the menagerie, the other Tyros close at her heels. She cast a glance over her shoulder and caught a glimpse of steel in Master Velvet's hand. Rushing into the room, she climbed onto her bunk, buried her head in her pillow, but the thick wall failed to block out 12's screams. So that was Child of the Night Guild from the book 1 of the series Queen of Thieves. Pop over to Amazon. You're looking for Andy Peloquin. Go and get yourself the book. That was Storytime, part of the Cyber Convention by Brain to Books, and I'm KKantas. Thank you for watching.